showtime.
In time, you will call me Master.
No more. Master! I say goodbye. All your life. Master! Children live again. Free from sin.
Then I am your master.
Welcome, everyone, to Pete Norman Court here in the Larry Cole Gymnasium on the campus of Highland Community College in Freeport, Illinois. I'm the marvelous one, Marvelous Mark Masters. And I am joined with the King of the Britons, King Arthur Schmidt.
Arthur, King of the Britons.
And we are here for your Region 4 matchup between your Highland Cougars and the Kennedy King Statesmen. The Lady Cougars come into this matchup, I believe, 10-15 on the season. The Lady Statesmen at 10-9. Region 4 seeding on the line here tonight. Only a couple games left, I believe. The Wilbur-Wright matchup, which was supposed to be, I believe, this Saturday, has been postponed and rescheduled to next Wednesday here at the Larry Cole Gymnasium. So if you're not new to that change in schedule, this is where you learn. And tonight we have a doubleheader between the men, or with the men and the ladies playing Kennedy King tonight. So don't go away after this stream. We'll have a separate stream for the men. So join us on that one if you're interested in that. But again, tonight, your Lady Cougars faced the Lady Statesmen back on December the 5th. It's been a while, over 2 months ago, and the Cougars fell 72-61. They were led by Tamaya Sago. She had 17 points on the evening. Renaya Shirley with 11. Tamara Blackman with 10. And Morgan Blair also with 10. So good scoring for the Cougars. Unfortunately, they came up short. We're going to try and turn that around tonight here. Again, a decent ball club for Kennedy King. Maybe not the seasons everybody wants record-wise, but you all get a chance when it comes to the Region 4. If you can win the Region 4, that's just something to say anyways, but then you have to win the play-in game to get to go to the national tournament. Cougars have done it twice in their careers, I guess if you want to get technical. They went back in 2009, and then not that long ago, I guess it seems like it's not that long ago, but it really was in 2016, they went as well. And we'll bring you the tail of the tape here. I said the teams seem fairly close here, and by the tail of the tape, this gives us kind of an idea of how the game could turn out if it gets a certain way. The tail of the tape, offensive points, rebounds, assists, three-point percentage, and, of course, free throw percentage. So offensively, 61 points a game for both teams, Kennedy King and Highland. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Highland has an advantage in rebounds at 37 a game. Kennedy King only 28. Maybe that just means they make all their shots. They don't have to rebound. I don't know. But here's a really big stat that is interesting to me. The assists, Highland at 13 a game, Kennedy King only with 3. So we'll see if that's really an issue or if it's just maybe a fast break layup all the time for the Statesmen. We'll see. A definite interesting stat here, 3-point percentage, Kennedy King at 31%. That is good. The Cougars not so great at 22%, but they've never been a team that we've known all season to make a lot of threes. Sometimes somebody gets hot and makes 5 or 6, but we shall see. Here's where it also gets interesting. Free throw percentage, Kennedy King at 53. That is not good at all. And 64% for the Highland Cougars. That's really not that great either. If it comes down to free throw shooting, it's anybody's game tonight. But if the Kennedy King Statesmen get hot beyond the arc, which they could, this one could be over quickly. But like I said, offensively, both average 61 points a game. Rebounding, somewhat similar, although 28 to 37. Assists, a huge difference at 13 to 3. And then, like I said, the Statesmen with a 31 to 22 advantage in 3-point percentage. And then free throw percentage, your Cougars with a 64 to 53% advantage. The Cougars led by Renaya Shirley from Freeport, averaging 12 points a game. And then you have Tamaya Sago from Rockford Jefferson. She averages 10, 6, and 4 a game. Kylie Thomas from Rockford Guilford averaging 10 points. And then, of course, at 9 points is Tamara Blackman, also from Rockford Jefferson. I was going to say the scoreboard was saying 2 20-minute halves. That's not quite accurate, but we'll be back here. I don't know if we're going to have a national anthem or not. We'll have to listen to the PA announcer. Everyone's going to line up, so it appears we will. But nonetheless, if so, we will listen to that here shortly, and then we'll get to the starting lineups.
At this time, we ask all our Eagles to please rise and remove your caps for the play of our national anthem.
Now we'll get rolling here in a minute. Again, December the 5th, quite a while ago, these two teams faced off. Kennedy King with the victory, 72-61. Cougars led by Sago with 17 points. Shirley with 11, Blackman 10, and Blair with 10. All right, Craig, let's go.
Buckle up, weirdos. This one's going to be a good one.
Nah, 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 come on. Nah, 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 come on. Nah, 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 come on.
It's time for your Highland Cougars starting lineup.
Come on. Nah, 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 come on. Nah, 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 come on.
At a guard, a 5'5" sophomore from Freeport, number 3, Renaya Shirley.
Come on, come on, come on. Nah, 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 come on.
At another guard, a 5'9" sophomore from Stockton, number 10, Morgan Blair.
Nah, come on. Nah, 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 come on.
At a forward, a 5'8" freshman from Rockford Jefferson, number 11, Tamara Blackman. another forward, a 5'9" sophomore from Eastland, number 15, Sarah Kemple. And at the center position, a 5'10" freshman from Ashton Franklin Center, number 23, Brianna Gunnerman. The Cougars are coached in his first season by Mr. Josh Clay.
Regulators, mount up. We're coming.
And we're set to roll here. The Cougars will come out in their home white jerseys with blue letters and numbers trimmed in orange. The Statesmen will come out in their road maroon jerseys with white letters and numbers. It appears it'll be Blackman jumping center with number 5, Odom. And we are off and running, and tip will go to the Statesmen. Cougars appear to be in a 2-3 zone. Inside pass up off the glass and in for Heedy. And a 2-3 zone as well for the Statesmen. Gonnerman on the left side over to Shirley, close to the out-of-bounds line, but she stays away from it. Trying to get trapped, and now she is trapped in the corner. Gets it back to Gonnerman. And now up top to Blair. Blair reverses over to Blackman. She's going to drive to the baseline. And she'll throw it up, and they're going to say out of bounds off a Cougar. And it'll go back to the Statesmen. 9:22 left to go. First period, 2-0 early lead. Now some full court pressure by the Cougars. Kennedy on the left side. Up top, I do not know who 22 is. According to my numbers here, I don't have a 22. So we will have to wait till she scores before I find out who. Might have been a foul there, no call. Inside, Heedy again. Got an offensive board, up and in. 4-0. Kennedy King with the early lead here. Morgan Blair left open for 3. No good. Heedy got the ball knocked away, and Blackman will pick up the steal. 2-on-2 going the other direction. Blackman up off the glass and in. Tamara Blackman weaved right through the defenders and got a kiss off the glass, and the Cougars are on the board. Kennedy left open for 3. High arcing shot way off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Shirley. Cougars have a chance to tie it up here. Renaya is going to go with the left hand up off the glass. She'll get fouled and could not convert. So Renaya will go to the line for some free throws. It appears it'll be Kennedy's first foul. And checking in for, I believe it was Sarah Kemple, is Audrey Sundquist. Two free throws coming for Renaya Shirley. 62% on the season from the free throw line. First one up and in. 4-3 early here. The Statesman with the lead. Shirley looking to tie it. She does. More full court pressure by Highland. Kennedy almost lost it. And time's running out on the 10 seconds. Should have been a 10-second call, but a steal by the Cougars. Blair going to try to shoot it. Can't do it, and unfortunately, she was out of bounds when she tried to tap the rebound back to a player, so it'll go back to the Statesman. Tied at 4 here, 7:55 left to go first period. More full court pressure by the Cougars. Mystery 22 for the layup, up and in. I'm not sure what the PA announcer said, but Shirley on the jumper, no good. Brought back the other way. Kennedy inside, might have got a foul, no call. Up, still no good. Another offensive board for Kennedy King. Ball tipped all over the place. And it's going to be out of bounds. Will stay with Kennedy King. One of the Cougars' Achilles' heels is defensive rebounding. They give up way too many offensive boards to the opposing team. Kennedy King had a couple opportunities there. Hadn't convert yet. They have the ball still. Back up top to Bustle. Kennedy on the left side. She'll launch the 3. No good. Gonnerman will pull down the rebound, and here come the Cougars, a chance to tie it back up. Shirley Nice pass inside. Blackman up off the glass and in. Tamara Blackman for the layup. Good pass by Renaya Shirley, and we're tied back up at 6. Cougars still with full court pressure. Way in front of the Statesman and out of bounds. Little miscommunication there by Hetty, and I believe Mystery 22 got the ball way out in front of her. Now the Cougars have a chance for the lead. Counterman to the left side. Now a trapping motion. Cougars going to the ball 3. No good by Shirley. Going to try to reverse it on that. Now a tough pass. Shirley almost intercepts it, but knocks it away, and the Cougars will pick up the steal. Off to the left to Shirley. Gives it to Gonnerman. Back up to Renaya. She'll let the 3 fly. Go! Unfortunately, no good. 6:16 left to go, first period. Kennedy King and the Cougars tied at 0, or tied at 6. What are we talking about? Ball knocked out of bounds off a Cougar. Will stay here with the Statesman. Pass inside. Hetty up off the glass. No good. Got another offensive board and a bucket. Hetty is going to make it tough today for the Cougars. And back in front by 2. They gave it to the wrong team. Is Kennedy King. Blair left open for 3. No good. Nice pass inside. Up off the glass was Odom. No good. Rebounded by Blackman. Over to Shirley. She'll take the left-handed layup. Oh, but it's blocked by Odom. And the Cougars are going to substitute 3. Kylie Thomas, Sarah Kemple back in, Mariah Mitchell as well going out, Sunquist, Shirley, and Blair. 8-6, Kennedy King with the lead, 5:34 left to go in the first period. Inside to Kemple, tough play inside, knocked around, no call, and no basket. So back to Kennedy King, streaking down the other way, too far out in front, and should go back to the Cougars, it does. Our scoreboard should read 8-6 Kennedy King, although our scoreboard here is reading that the Cougars have the lead. They do not. Kylie Thomas back. Now Gonnerman for 3. No good. Blackman with the rebound. Up top to Gonnerman, trying to get it inside. Nice pass inside to Kemple. Up off the glass and in. Sarah Kemple with the bucket, draws the foul, and has a chance for the and 1 free throw. Mystery 22 picks up the foul. It'll be her first. And 1 free throw, no good for Kemple. Tied at 8. Now down low, no good. Turnovers galore here. 4. The Statesman, I got a whole bunch of different numbers that I don't know who is here. I don't know who number 1 is. I don't know who number 4 is. So we're gonna wing it here as best we can. Bad pass by the Cougars, and they turn it over. 22 turnaround jumper. It's short, and a save to Blackman. She has Mitchell on the left side and almost lost it out of bounds, but regains it, gets it back to Thomas. She's going to try and drive. She'll dump it off to Blackman, who's driving in. Will draw the foul, and she'll go back to the free throw line. Hetty will pick up the foul, her first. 2 free throws now for Tamara Blackman. Tamaya Sego will come in for the Cougars. Gonnerman will have a seat. 4:29 left to go first period. We're tied at 8 here. The Cougars a chance for their first lead of the ball game. Blackman's first free throw up and in. Second free throw up and in. 2 free throws for Blackman. The Cougars got a 2-point lead. Now inside, number 4 up off the glass, and she'll return the favor. Blackman will pick up the foul. And 1 free throw for number 4 is up and in. So back to the lead is Kennedy King. 11-10 here. Sego on the left side all the way. Oh, it's trying to go into Thomas. Might have been tipped and intercepted by Kennedy King. Inside Hetty now kicks it out. 22 for 3, no good. That was Grant. (13-10) now, Kennedy King. Thomas over to Sego. Inside to Kemple. She's going to try and throw it up. No good. Tried to get it off the glass. No foul called, and here comes Kennedy King. Leading by 3. Pass all the way. Oh, I thought someone was over there. There wasn't. Miscommunication and thrown out of bounds. 2 new Cougars back in. Number 20, Ava Bremer, and Gonnerman back in. Blackman and Sego will have a seat. Cougars trail by 3 with 3:30 left to go in the first period. Thomas trying to throw a looper over to Gonnerman, intercepted by Grant. She'll go down up off, not the glass, but another offensive board, and back in by number 4. Timeout taken by Highland. 3:17 left to go, first period. The Statesmen out to the lead. They lead 15-10. We'll be back here in a minute. This is the only place you can watch your Highland Cougar ladies basketball is HMC. Stick with us, everyone. Welcome back. 3:17 left to go, first period. 15-10. Kennedy King with the lead. Thomas will bring up the ball for the Cougars. Again, facing a 2-3 zone. Inside, nice play there. Bremer back up top. Thomas. We'll kick it back. Ava, the long 2. Got it! Ava Bremer for 2. And cuts the lead down to 3. Grant gonna drive. We'll kick it out up top. Number 1 for 3. Looks way short. Anyone from Kennedy King know who number 1 or number 4 are? Feel free to fire us up in the chat because it doesn't have it on my list here. But 2:50 left to go in the first period. 15-12. Kennedy King with the lead. Thomas over to the left side. That's Shirley back up top. Thomas. Shirley lets a 3 fly. No good. Bremer almost had it. Knocked out of bounds. Will stay with the Cougars, though. Gonnerman will take the ball out. Cougars will flat it out at the free throw line. They find Thomas open for 3. No good. Ball tipped around. Kennedy King will come down with it, and here comes Kennedy herself. Nice pass to number 4, and she'll lie it up and in. 17-12, Kennedy King. Nice job inside. Kemple just couldn't convert this time. She'll get the ball back and then stolen. Kennedy all the way over to Grant, looking inside. Number 4 easily with the spin and scores it. 19-12, just under 2 minutes left to go in the first period. Kennedy King with the lead. Nice inside out to Bremer. Thomas, nice reversal. Shirley pulls up for the long 2. Got it. Renaya Shirley with the bucket. 4 points for her. Lead is down to 5 with a minute and a half left to go in the first period. Kennedy going to try and drive. Might have got away with the step there, but knocks it down. 1:15 left to go first period. I don't know if they put the score on the wrong team again, but we shall see here. It says 19-16 Kennedy King. Shirley going to drive up with the left hand and got it. Shirley draws the foul. Score the basket. And interestingly, Hetty picks up foul number 2. Cougars checking in. Morgan Blair, Audrey Sundquist, Ava Bremer, Sarah Kemple, Gonerman have a seat. I'm missing somebody. Oh, Tamara Blackman is checked in as well. 1 minute left to go. It is, I believe, now adjusted 21-16. Shirley's and one free throw up and in. Seven points for Shirley here. Under a minute to go, 21-17. Pass down inside. And are they going to call, they're going to call the jump ball as Rice had the ball down low. 50 seconds left to go. Cougars trailing by 4. Thomas over to Blair. Back up, reverses it over to Shirley. Looking inside. It's packed in pretty good there. Blair now trapped. She's going to dribble with it. We'll give it back to Thomas. Shot clock under 10. Tough play there as Kennedy King gets the jump ball again, and this time it will go back to the Statesman. Alicia Garcia back in the stands tonight, former Cougar from last season. Shot clock is off as we're down to 15 seconds left to go first period. 4-point lead for Kennedy King. Kennedy with the ball for the Statesman. Fires it all the way over to Grant. She's going to go left, or excuse me, right, left to me, and she'll score the bucket. And at the buzzer, no good. So at the end of one, the score is Kennedy King with the lead. 23-17. We'll be back here for the second period. So stick with us, everyone. This is your HMC broadcast. Welcome back. Cougars will control here to start the second period, trailing by 6 points, 23-17. Blair over Thomas. Pull up for a long two, and it's overshot. Sundquist had it, couldn't save it to the Cougars. Now Grant will come up with it. Pull-up jumper is short. Blackman will pull down the rebound. And there appears to be a foul. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it went out of bounds. Hard to see here up in the Jim Yeager balcony. Thomas looking at the floor. They had some issues with that in warm-ups. Blair left open for three. Got it. Morgan Blair hits the three. Cuts into that lead. It's down to three, 23-20. Bustle now loses the ball to Blackman. Blackman will push it up to the left side to Shirley. She'll drop it off to Thomas for the layup. Got it. Kylie Thomas for the bucket. Good job with the Cougars finding the open player. And now the lead down to one. 9 minutes to go in the half. 23-22, Kennedy King. Grant will bring the ball up here on the left side. Like I said, I'm having some issues here with my roster from the Cougars, whoever gave it to me. I don't have Grant on it at all. As the ball goes out of bounds, I believe it'll go to the Cougars. And I was told Serenity Odom is number 1. She's number 5 according to my list here, so I don't know who number 5 is either. I'm going to have a struggling night here, so bear with me if I'm getting names completely wrong here. My roster here is all over the place. Blair left open now is Thomas for three. No good off the back iron. Sundquist had the rebound. Now Shirley gets it. Renaya tries to get the bucket. It won't go as it's knocked away, and I believe we're going to have a jump ball. If so, it will go again to Kankakee as the Cougars controlled the start of the quarter. Possession now goes back to Kankakee as they had it off into the last jump ball. But at the beginning of the period, the Cougars took it. So once again, full court pressure by the Cougars. Kennedy back to Hetty. Time running out a little bit here. They do get across the timeline just in time. Kennedy now. Almost looked like an alley-oop. But get the ball right back. No good. Sundquist will come down with a board. Thomas will bring it up now for Highland. Trailing by 1. They're shooting for the lead. They've led once already by 1. 3 by Shirley. No good. Kennedy King pushing the ball up down the other end. That's Grant. She's murdered and can't convert. Hard foul on Grant, but luckily for the Cougars, she did not convert. Shirley will pick up the foul. Renaya's first. And Grant will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. So Kennedy King with a 1-point lead, a chance to extend it here with 7:41 left to go in the half. Again, Region 4 seeding on the line here. First free throw, no good. Again, as a team, that doesn't mean that Grant's not the best free throw shooter, but as a team, 53%. So if the Cougars can get it to the free throw line, maybe they have a good chance here. Misses them both. Cougars got a couple players that are decent at free throws, but they struggle as well from the line. Inside, I thought trying to get it to Blackman, now intercepted by Odom. She'll go down up off the glass and in. At the half here, I'm going to try and go sort out these numbers here because I'm lost here. We'll see how it goes. Up off the glass, tough play, but Blackman will get the bucket, letting them play as well. Sometimes they're a little tighter with the foul calls with the ladies, whereas the men almost get hammered every dang time. Nice play down to number 5 for 2. I think the PA announcer's calling her Odom. Like I said, I'm going to have to get at the half here, I'm going to have to get the numbers straight here because they're all scrambled up here. Thomas on the right side. 3-point lead for Kennedy King. Blair up top to Thomas. She'll go in. Tough shot. High off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Kennedy King as they come back the other direction. 6.5 left to go. Tough shot. No good. But knocked out of bounds, I believe, off of Shirley. So Kennedy King will maintain possession. Kemple checks back in along with Gonerman, Thomas, and Sundquist will have a seat. 6:23 left to go in the half. 27-24 Kennedy King. Grant will take the ball out. Looking, will lob it up over the top. And she'll get it back here on the left side, worked on by Gonerman. Looking for a screen. Now Shirley will pick her up. All the way over to Odom. Tough play. Number 4 up off the glass, no good. Gonerman had it. Should be knocked out of bounds off the Statesman. It is. Still 27-24. Kennedy King. Again, tail of the tape. They're right even at 61 points. Blair for three. Short, way short. Kennedy King will bring it down. Under 6 minutes left to go in the half. Grant on the left side. Nice spin, turnaround jumper, way short. And it'll go out of bounds. Should go back to the Cougars, it does. .548 left in the half, still 27-24. Shirley will bring it up. Cougars, I think, only scored 8 points in the first period. The last time they faced them, a lot better this time. A three by Gonerman, no good. She'll try to save it, but is out of bounds. Again, back on December the 5th, over 2 months ago, Cougars fell by 11 in Chicago to Kennedy King. Sago had 17. Sago with a knee brace of some sort on. She did not start and usually runs the point for the Cougars. She hasn't played much. I'm wondering if that was a recent injury of some sort that is sidelining her. Her jumper by number 5 is in, and the lead back to 5. Cougars getting a little sloppy there, and now they turn it over. Hill with the jumper, but they're going to call, I believe, a foul on the floor. It'll be on Shirley, her second. And a timeout taken by Kennedy King. 5:11 left to go in the half. It is 29-24. Kennedy King will be back here in a minute. Stick with us, everyone. The only place you can watch your Highland Cougar ladies and men basketball is right here on HMC. Welcome back again. Having some issues right down there, if you can see where the official and Blackman are. I don't know what it was earlier in warm-ups. Kennedy King had some issues there. We had some people with a towel and stuff out there rub. I don't know what it is, whether somebody spilled something, but it still seems to be affecting, or at least being an issue. And Grant will step on the far baseline and turn the ball back over to the Cougars. Cougars still down by 5 with just over 5 minutes left to go in this first half. Shirley will bring it up for Highland. Kicks it over to Blair. She'll get it back now, back to Renaya. Still 2-3 zone for Kennedy King. Gonerman now over to Kemple. Blair left open for another three. This one's short. Might have been partially blocked. But with 4:40 left to go in the half. Grant now over. I believe that's Hill looking inside. And they're going to call, I believe, a foul, most likely on Kemple. It is on Kemple. Kind of had that karate chop action down onto the ball. That usually will draw a foul. Now looking, and they get it away. Now Grant will have it. 4.5 to go in the half. 29-24, Kennedy King. Led pretty much most of the way. The Cougars have led by as many as 2. And they're going to call a travel. So we've run into several points before where the Cougars and the opposing team have been stuck on a score forever. And this is the times when the Cougars need to avoid that as well. They need to put some points on the board and overcome this drought by the other team as well. Blackman, they're going to say, steps on the line and turns the ball back over. 4:02 left to go in the half. Kylie Thomas checks in. Morgan Blair has a seat. 29-24. Seems like we've been stuck on that for a while. There's a Gatorade spill, I believe, down there, so they're looking for a towel. Like I said before, there is a spot approximately where Kylie Thomas is, off in that corner of the free throw line, where during warm-ups, Kennedy King was looking at it, and we got some towels out there. I don't know if something was spilled earlier or what happened, but we have a towel issue now on the far end. I guess some Gatorade was spilled, but people obviously still are concerned with that area over by Kylie, as they always keep looking at it. So I don't know if it's sticky, if something sticky was there and it just hasn't gotten all up, or what. But we'll keep an eye out on that for now. Under 4 minutes to go. Grant's going to call out the play for, and Kemple will steal for Highland. We'll get it to Thomas. They could push it. They get it over to Shirley. He's going to drive to the left, up off. No glass work there, but Renaya will knock it down. I believe 9 points now for Renaya, and the lead cut to 3. So this is what I'm talking about. On a cold spell for Kennedy King, the Cougars got to try and get some points, and almost a steal now by Gonerman. Tough shot there. Offensive board again by Kennedy King, and I think it will stay with Kennedy King. .325 left. White will inbounds to Kennedy. Back over to White. And now Grant will control with 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock. She looks a little long on that shot, and it is. The offensive board by number 5, and unfortunately goes out of bounds for the Cougars. So they get the ball back. Yeah, I think Thomas is now complaining here. I believe she said it was sticky. So like I said, I don't know what was spilled earlier, but I know Kennedy King was having some issues with it as well during warm-ups. All right, we're back at it here. Just over 3 minutes left to go in this half. Cougars trail only by 3. Trailed by 6 after 1. Shirley, pull-up jumper, got it. Renaya Shirley knocks it down. And now the lead is 1. Grant, nice pass. Down low, up off the glass, and in. Three-point lead. Looking inside for Kemple. And they converge on her, and unfortunately a bad pass. Odom, nice jump stop. Couldn't convert. Might have gotten fouled there, no call. But the ball will go out of bounds and should stay with the Statesmen. Sundquist will check in. Kemple will have a seat. Mariah Mitchell also checking in. And Blackman will have a seat. 2:28 left to go, first half. 31-28, Kennedy King with the lead here. Grant will go all the way up top to Kennedy. Over to Grant. She'll let the 3 fly, around and out. Thomas will come down with the board. Thomas, nice pass to Shirley, who is cutting. She gets the shot off and is fouled, but cannot convert. And that is Hetty's 3rd foul, if my calculations are correct. .214 left to go in the half. Shirley with 2 free throws. First one no good. Her first miss of the night. She'll be shooting free throw number 5 here in a second. 11 points for Renaya on the evening. And she knocks that one down. She has her average of 12. We still got 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Down low, number 5 up off the glass, around and out. And rebounded by the other number 5, Sundquist. So the Cougars could shoot for a tie or the lead here. Shirley's going to drive. And they're going to call a travel. And we'll go back the other direction. 1:53 left to go in this first half. Again, Cougars lost by 11 2 months ago to Kennedy King in Chicago. They got it down to 2. Got 1:50 left to go in this first half. Backdoor cut by, I believe, Grant. Pass was not to her. It was way behind her, and it goes out of bounds. So once again, the Cougars a chance to shoot for the lead. Currently only 8 points scored in this second period by Kennedy King, and the Cougars have taken advantage. Down low to Sundquist. Connerman could shoot there if she wants. She'll fire it all the way over. And Thomas will pull up for 2. And got it. Kylie Thomas will knock it down, and we got a tie ball game. 1:25 left to go in the half. Grant trying to get it inside. She does. Good play down to number 5, and she'll knock it down. So 1:10 left to go. 2-point lead again for the Statesmen. Cougars for the lead. Shirley got it. Renaya Shirley will knock down a 3, and the Cougars are back to the lead. Under a minute to go in the half. 34-33 Highland. Looking down low, tipped away, and the Cougars had the steal, and it bounces back to the Statesmen. Kennedy 4-3, and she'll knock it down on this end. So back to a 2-point lead for the Statesmen as Thomas will bring the ball across the timeline. Tried to get it over to Shirley, and Kennedy will intercept. Right-handed layup is up and in for Kennedy. 5 straight points for her, and now a 4-point lead. With 25 seconds left to go, shot clock is off. Pass down low, Sundquist up off the glass and in. Audrey Sundquist on the board, and a 2-point lead for Kennedy King with 9 seconds left to go. Let's see what they're going to draw up here. Is it going to be a 3? Probably Kennedy with 3 seconds left. She picks up her dribble and now stolen. Can Thomas hit the full or the half quarter? It wouldn't have been good had she made it anyway. She does not. And the Cougars, trailing by 6 after 1, have cut the lead down to 2. So at the break, the Cougars trail Kennedy King 38-36 here. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes for the second half. Scoring going for the Cougars, Kylie Thomas with 4, Renaya Shirley with 15, Audrey Sundquist with 2, Morgan Blair with 3, 8 points for Tamara Blackman, Sarah Kemple with 2, Ava Bremer with 2. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes for the second half. Stick with us, everyone. Welcome back. Your halftime score, 38-36. Kennedy King, the Cougars had a couple leads here, most only by 2 points, though. And we will see how this third period starts here. Again, I went to the official scorers table and I wrote down the names that go with the numbers provided. So I'm going to assume those are as accurate as we can get. So I'm going to try my best to call whoever is in under the particular numbers that I was given. And I saw them written down, so that's kind of how we're going to work with it here. Cougars will control the ball here to start the second half, and they will now be moving left to right on your TV screens. And Shirley will start with it. It appears to be the starters for your Cougars. Shirley, Kemple, Blair, Gonnerman, and Blackman. Shirley looking inside. Nice inside-out move. Didn't do too much to the defense, though. Trying to get it down, now knocked away by Grant. Grant will take the ball all the way up to Kennedy on the left side, but too far in front of her and out of bounds. And leading the way for the Cougars, Renaya Shirley, 15 first half points, 8 for Tamara Blackman. Inside to Kemple, she's going to try and drive. And no call on a travel or a jump ball. And it'll go back to the Statesman. Grant at the top of the key now. Looking inside, nice pass to Hetty and a bucket. Hetty with 3 fouls. Keep that in mind here, as this game is still close here. 4 points. Inside to Kemple, now cutting Blackman. And I believe they're going to call it a charge. And they do. That's Tamara's second. 9:03 left to go in the third period. 40-36 Kennedy King. Aside from a couple lead changes, they've led pretty much the whole way. Kennedy on the right side looking inside to a cutting. That's Coloma, I believe. Number 1. Shirley going to go with the left-handed layup. Cannot convert, and Kennedy will come down with it. Kennedy going to go 1-on-3. And they're going to call a jump ball. I'd have went with a block, but nonetheless, here it will stay with Kennedy King. 8:34 left, third period. 4-point lead for the Statesmen. Grant looking inside. Now we'll throw it up top to Coloma. Back to Grant. Might have took a few steps there, but either way, an offensive board by Hetty, and she gets another one. Still missing. Offensive boards galore for the Statesmen. And they're going to call a foul eventually. And it will be on Blair, her first. Like I said, one of the big Achilles heels of the Highland Cougars is they give way too many offensive rebounds to the opposing team. There was a perfect example right there. Luckily for them, the Statesmen did not convert anything. Up top to Kennedy. Lob inside to Hetty. Up off the glass, no good. Tipped around. And yet another offensive board. Now the Cougars get the steal. Blair will get it over to Blackman. And now Gonnerman looking inside, no. Over to Shirley on the right side. Kemple wants the ball down low. She's not getting it. Blackman will hand off to her now. And a bad pass. And the Cougars turn it over. Sundquist will check in for Kemple. .7:55 to go in the third. Cougars still stuck on 36 as they trail by 4. Turnaround for Grant. No good. Riggs there for the board. She's hammered and she'll convert. 6 points now for Riggs, and she will now score or go back to the free throw line. Chance to put this lead up to 7. Thomas checks in for the Cougars, and Blair will have a seat. I just hope my roster for the men in the second game isn't as bad. No good on the N1 free throw, but another offensive board for the Statesman. This foul will be on Sundquist. Second foul for Audrey. And a timeout taken by Highland. 7:39 left to go in the third period. The Statesmen have extended their lead. They lead now 42-36. We'll be back here in a minute. This is your HMC broadcast, along with the marvelous one, Mark Masters. It is the King of the Britons, King Arthur Schmidt. We are back. 7:39 left to go in the half. Left in the third period. 42-36 Kennedy King. Again, Region 4 right around the corner here. For the ladies, I believe it is in, well, actually, it's the same time for men and the ladies. It will be early March, the 4th, I believe. Somewhere in there, the 4th, the 3rd for the ladies, and then the men go the next day. And it is in Triton this season. First free throw up and in for Coloma. Like I said, I might have to go check just to make sure my roster is not as messed up as it was for the girls. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Sundquist. Cougars trailing now by 7. Blackman going in against a host of Statesmen. And are they going to call a foul? I believe they will. Oh, that is on Hetty. That is her 4th. And this game has gotten, this is probably, I haven't kept track. Usually I do. This is, I believe, probably the largest lead Kennedy Kings had this whole game. The Cougars have kept it close. Way up top over to Shirley, who's trapped, and now she throws it inside, and Riggs is right there for the interception. Grant going the other way will kick it out. Kennedy for the jumper. It's short, and another offensive board by Riggs. The Cougars have got to find a way to hold Kennedy King to one shot. They can't seem to do it. You give them enough shots, they're going to make a few of them. Kennedy shot, no good. This time Gonnerman will pull down the rebound. Cougars need to get a bucket here. Shirley will pull up for 2. It's short. Hetty will come down with the rebound. If I'm Highland, I go right at Hetty with an offensive drive. She probably is not going to want to pick up her 5th foul. And unfortunately now the ball goes out of bounds and Hetty will be substituted for. In for the Cougars though, Tamaya Sago, and Shirley will have a seat. Again, Sago sporting the knee brace on the left knee. Hasn't played a lot today. Again, she was the leading scorer for the Cougars in the last game, 17 points. She's not in the scoring column yet tonight. Pass, I believe, going back to her by Blackman. Now inside to Sundquist. Nice inside out. Thomas for 3. Got it. Kylie Thomas will knock down a 3 and cut the lead down to 4 for the Cougars. Here's they trail 43-39. Some full court zone pressure here for the Cougars, trying to get a trap going. They get the steal. Thomas worked with Sago here. She's going to take it herself. Up with the left hand. She cannot convert, but she will go back to the free throw line. 7 points for Thomas here. Foul, I believe, is on Kennedy, her 2nd. And Thomas will go to the free throw line for 2. According to the stats, she's a 94% free throw shooter. First one is up and in. So 8 points here for Thomas. One more free throw to go. A chance to cut the lead down to 2. She'll set, shoot, and score. More full court pressure by the Cougars. It had a good effect in the first half a couple times, but not on this trip. Pull-up jumper by, I believe that was Hill. Yes, no good, but an offensive rebound once again for the Statesmen. Off to the right side is Grant. Doesn't do much with the screen. We'll kick it out to Hill. Hill running one-hander up off the glass, no good. Almost another, and it is an offensive board by Riggs, rejected by the bottom of the rim. So the Cougars dodge a bullet there. Thomas will try to get it to Sago, and unfortunately the Cougars can't handle it, and it goes right back to the Statesman. 2-point lead. Grant going to go in for the running one-hander. I thought it was going to be blocked, but I believe that will be on Thomas. No, they're going to call it on Blackman, her third. And going to the free throw line for 2 free throws is Grant. Mariah Mitchell will check in for Blackman. 2 free throws coming for Grant. Again, 53% as a team is Kennedy King. Let's see if the Cougars can get a couple missed free throws here. Not there. First free throw up and in for Grant. Then the lead back up to 3. Second free throw, knocks them both down. So the lead back to 4. Sago will bring the ball up for Highland. Over to Thomas. Now Mitchell looking inside. Sundquist over to Sago. Cross court over Thomas. Nice ball movement, and they're going to call a foul. I believe it might be on Riggs. It is. I believe that's her first. 4-point lead for Kennedy King. Gonnerman trying to get it inside for Sundquist, and they're going to call a jump ball. We'll stay with the Cougars. Gonnerman all the way over to Thomas. Kylie would kick it over. Sago, now Sundquist on the right side, and the ball goes out of bounds. Cougars cannot afford some sloppy play here. They still have the game close with 5:05 left to go in the third period. They lost by 11 about 10 weeks ago. Grant on the right side. Now doubled by the Cougars. Under 5 minutes to go. Picks up her dribble. Will get it to Kennedy. Nice pass. Didn't think she had too much room there. And they're going to call a travel on Kennedy. So a turnover and back to the Cougars. Still trailing by 4. 45-41. 4:48 left to go in this third period. Sago over now to Thomas. Thomas going to go. Running one-hander. No good. Thought she might get that one. She did not, but she'll go back to the free throw line. That foul will be on Riggs, her second. Kylie Thomas back to the free throw line. First one is up and in. 10 points now for Kylie, which is her average. 10 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist a game. Second free throw, up and in. Timeout taking Kennedy King. 4:39 left to go in the third period. The Cougars are still knocking at the door. They trail by 2, 45-43. We'll be back here in a minute. Stick with us, everyone. This is your HMC broadcast, streaming live worldwide. Welcome back. 4:39 left to go in the third period. The Cougars still scratching at that lead, and it's down to 2. 45-43. Again, I believe the largest lead of the game was 7 for Kennedy King. The Cougars clawed their way back into it. They're now down by 2. And Kennedy King again facing some full court pressure by the Cougars. Kennedy will get it back to Grant. And the Statesmen break the pressure easily. Over to Kennedy. Looking for a lob inside, tipped away and stolen by the Cougars. Gonnerman over in the corner, Thomas. She's going to try and dribble baseline. Back out to Sago. Kylie going to dribble again. Now Gonnerman. She'll launch the three. No good. Pretty well short. And it'll be out of bounds. 4:08 left to go in the third period. Still 45-43 Kennedy King. More full court pressure by the Cougars. Like I said, it's been somewhat effective. Can get the occasional turnover, but Kennedy King gets by it fairly easy. Kennedy for three, up off the glass, no good, but another offensive board. And another offensive board. Too many offensive rebounds for Kennedy King. And Sundquist will pick up the foul here. That's her third. Shirley will check in for the Cougars. And Hill will go to the free throw line. Kemple will check in. Gonnerman has a seat and Sundquist will have a seat. Again, Region 4 tournament right around the corner here, the beginning of March for the men and the ladies. The men hovering at the 4 or 5 seed, which honestly is kind of where I thought they'd be and where I want them to be. First free throw up and in for Hill. Not sure where the ladies are at. I didn't have a lot of time when I got here to check their stats. Nonetheless, it will be in Triton this year. And they're going to call no rim on that, which thank goodness, because Riggs was right there for the offensive board and an easy bucket. So they only get one. It's a 3-point lead now, 46-43. Sago will push it to Thomas. Now to Shirley. Sago in the corner, now up to Shirley. She'll pull up, long two, looks going to be far off the backside. And a rebound by the Statesmen. The Cougars could use some offensive boards. Ball thrown too high and out of bounds. And the Statesmen will turn it back over to Highland. Sago will bring it up for Highland, still trailing by 3 with 3:23 to go in this third period. Shirley almost loses it out of bounds. We'll get it up top to Sago. Over to Thomas. Running one-hander, no good. And they're going to say out of bounds, and it will go back. No, I guess it will stay with the Cougars. Mitchell will take the ball out for Highland here in a 4-corner setup. Looking up top, Sago. In the corner, Thomas will let the three go. Got it! Tie ball game on the three-pointer by Kylie Thomas. 46-46. 2:55 to go in the third. Kennedy on the left. Or no, that's not Kennedy. And a steal by the Cougars. That's Kemple on the steal. Pushes it up to Thomas. She'll take it herself. Running one-hander. No good. Cougars were trying for the lead there. And pushing the ball, it will go back to the Cougars. A lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of contact down there. Nothing called. And too far ahead of the pass. And they turn it back over to Highland. Tied at 46. 2.5 to go. Thomas, another three. This time no good. And the Cougars, again, need some offensive boards here. They're missing a few. It'd help if they could get as many offensive boards as the Statesmen. But so far, they haven't gotten too many. In the corner, Grant launches the three. No good, but another offensive board. And another offensive board for the Statesmen. Tough shot and another offensive board. Once again, this time Riggs will get fouled. That was at least 4 offensive boards in a row. I believe it was Kylie Thomas, yes, picks up the foul, her first. And Riggs will go back to the free throw line. 2 free throws coming. Tie ball game, under 2 minutes left to go in the third. Riggs' first free throw, no good. Again, As a team, 53% is Kennedy King, so the Cougars holding together here by putting the Statesman to the line. It hasn't bitten them yet. Second free throw, no good. Got both misses, and a rebound by Sago. So the Cougars shooting for the lead. Had it open, now a three by Shirley. This is short. I thought Sago had the layup if she wanted it. She went to Shirley for three, and now Shirley back in the passing lane, knocks it out of bounds. 1:42 left to go in the third. Still tied at 46. Gonerman will check in. Mitchell will have a seat. Grant will get the ball to Coloma, back to Grant. Grant, tough shot. They're going to get the foul, I believe, off of Kemple. It is Sarah's second. 2 free throws coming for Grant. Grant's knocked some free throws down here, so maybe not the best person to foul, but we shall see. She hit a couple free throws not long ago. This one no good. So like I said, from the tail of the tape, if it comes down to free throws, Cougars got a good chance here. And the second free throw up and in for Grant. So the Cougars trail by 1 now with 1:30 to go in the third. Thomas looking to drive baseline. Running one-hander. Got it! Kylie Thomas will knock it down, and the Cougars are back to the lead. 1:20 to go in the third. 48-47 Highland. Grant, tough shot. No good, but there's a defensive board, and we needed it by Gonerman. I believe there's going to be a foul on the play, and it will be on Odom. Or, that's not Sundquist, that's Odom. Sundquist is on our bench. And it appears Gonerman will be shooting free throws here. Bonus free throws, I'm guessing. Nope, they said it's going to be 2, so 2 free throws for Brianna. First one, no good. It'll be an interesting matchup if it comes down to free throws, but Cougars do have a few percentage better. Rounding out, the Cougars miss them both. Chance to add to their lead. They could not. Just about a minute left to go in this third period. 48-47 Highland. Russell's going to drive. Lost the ball, but Riggs is there. Now a rebound, and it will stay. I believe it'll be a jump ball, and it will stay with the Statesman. 55 seconds left to go in the third period. Cougars lead by 1. Now Grant will take the ball out for Kennedy King. I don't know what the issue is. But nonetheless, Grant will take the ball out for Kennedy King. Looking for a cross screen. We'll kick it on the top up to Bustle. Three-pointer for Grant, no good. That's one thing as Gonerman pulls down the board. Kennedy King has not really gotten hot from beyond the arc. They have a 3 or 4 percentage point advantage at 31% as a team. They haven't really gotten hot. She has, and just missed that one. Thomas could not connect. Cougars still lead by 1. Pass again way over the head of Coloma. And out of bounds. 32 seconds left to go in the third period. Morgan Blair will check in, and Sago will have a seat. If the Cougars run the shot clock down, there'll be 2 seconds left, so Kennedy King should get another shot at this. But I don't anticipate Highland running this shot clock out. Thomas, now Blair. Blair lets the 3 fly, looks off to the right, but an offensive board by the Cougars. We could use one. Surely it will try to answer, and she airballs it, and it's going to say out of bounds off of Kennedy King. So with 15 seconds, the Cougars get another shot at it. Gonerman will take the ball out underneath us here in the Jim Yeager balcony. Looking, trying to throw it up, I believe, to Blair, and intercepted by Grant. She'll go all the way in. Tough shot up off the front of the rim and in. So with 5 seconds left to go, back to the lead of the Statesmen. Thomas, a running shot, no good. And at the end of the third, The Cougars have got it to 1 with even a lead in there. So at the end of 3, Kennedy King still with the lead, but it's only by 1, 49-48, 4 fingers up as we get ready for your 4th period. So stick with us, everyone. We'll be back in a minute. Four fingers up, are ready for the 4th period. The Cougars will control here, trailing by 1. Thomas over to Blair. Now Shirley on the left side looking inside for Kemple. Cougars haven't had much of an inside game going here today at all. Inside now, Kemple. Trying to get it, no good. The ball will go out of bounds off of Gonnerman, and Kennedy King will control here, leading by 1, 9:43 to go in the ball game. More full court pressure by the Cougars. Hetty is back in for Kennedy King. 4 fouls in all. She's looking for the ball. Now knocked away and stolen by the Cougars. Gonner will bring it up. Pass over to Thomas on the left side. Brianna now back to Shirley in the corner. Blair left open for 3. No good. But an offensive board by Gonnerman. She can't convert, though. 5th rebound for Brianna. Couldn't get it off the glass. And it hit off the back iron. So with 9 minutes to go in the game, Cougars still trailing by 1. 3 ball by Kennedy. No good. And knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Cougars. 1 3-pointer by Kennedy for Kennedy King. And that's it. 4 3-pointers for the Cougars. And they trail by 1. Blair inside Kemple. Up off the glass and in. Good idea, Sarah Kemple going right at Hetty with 4 fouls. And the Cougars back to the lead. Ball over to Kennedy now. Cougars up by 1. Hetty, tough shot, but it knocks it down. It's 10 points now for her and back to a lead. If you're a Van Halen fan, it's 51-50. Pass way too high, no one sure who it was going to and out of bounds, so the Cougars turn it over. 8:16 left to go in the ball game. Highland had a brief 1-point lead again here. They haven't been able to extend that lead as Kennedy King has come back and scored right away. Hetty down low again, 4 fouls on her. Let's see if the Cougars attack her again on the offensive end. Shot no good, ball knocked around, another offensive board. And Riggs will put that one back in. I don't know how many offensive boards Kennedy King has, but it's keeping them in this ball game as the Cougars just can't seem to keep them to 1 shot. Ball stolen now taken back, and they're going to call Thomas with the foul. That'll be Kylie's 2nd. 7:45 left to go in the ball game. 53-50. Blackman will check in for the Cougars, and Blair will have a seat. Kennedy will bring it up now for the Statesman, leading by 3. Inside. Hetty will step back now, looking inside for Riggs, and throws it right to Gonnerman. Brianna gets it up to Shirley. She's got the left-handed layup if she wants, and she got it. Renaya Shirley went right after Hetty. Again, 4 fouls on her. She needs to surrender the bucket and not try to get the block. That pass way out of bounds. And the Cougars will get it back, trailing by 1, 7:20 left to go in the ball game. Sago will check in, and Shirley will have a seat. Again, Cougars offensively get it inside, go right at Hetty, and we'll see what happens. She may surrender the bucket, she may not. If we can get her fouled out, that would be great. Inside, and the ball bounced around and stolen now by Kennedy King. Kennedy, nice job dribbling. We'll give it off to Grant. She'll go in, lay up off the left side, and she'll knock it down. 3-point lead now for Kennedy King with just under 7 minutes left in the ballgame, 55-52. Sago back to Blackman, now Thomas. Thomas almost got it stolen, and it was. Now picked up by Cloma. She's going to drive to the left side, and she'll lose the ball out of bounds. So a steal by Kennedy King, and then they lose it out of bounds, giving it right back to the Cougars. Sundquist will check in for Kemple. 6:36 left to go in the ballgame. 3-point lead for Kennedy King. Again, Region 4 seeding on the line here. The tournament coming up in a couple weeks. Jumper by Sundquist, got it! Audrey Sundquist, her second bucket, and more importantly, the lead down to 1. Inside, Riggs, running one-hander. Nice kiss off the glass, and that's 10 points for Riggs. Back to a 3-point lead for the Statesman. Sago over to Thomas. I thought she'd go for the 3, and they'll pick up the foul on Grant. If my calculations are correct, that's her second. 6:03 left to go in the ballgame. 57-54. Kennedy King. Sago will kick it back to Thomas. She's hit a couple threes. Now running one-hander instead. Got it! Kylie Thomas knocking them down. More full court pressure by the Cougars, who trail by 1. Not a good spot to catch the ball. But Grant gets away with it. Tough play, taken away by Thomas. She has the layup if she wants it. Will lay it up and in and 1. Kennedy has to be quiet as the official looked at her. She was not happy with the foul call. No technical call, but he was keeping an eye on her. Cougars back to the lead. 20 points now for Kylie Thomas, and she's going to the free throw line for an and 1 free throw. Cougars back to the lead by 1. They've only led by 2 at one point. This is a chance to equal their highest lead of the game, and she got it. 21 points, Kylie Thomas, 4 for 5 from the line. 2-point lead now. Blackman with the interception. Got away with a walk, but Sago knocks it down. We'll take it. And a timeout taken by Kennedy King. 5:22 left to go in the ballgame. The Cougars out to their biggest lead. They lead by 4, 61-57. We'll be back here in a minute. This is your HMC broadcast. Welcome back. 5:22 to go in the ballgame. The Cougars have come from behind. They've taken the lead. They trailed by 6 after 1, 2 at the break, had it down to 1 with a couple leads in the third period. They now lead by 4. Again, one person to keep in mind, Hetty, number 32 for Kennedy King with 4 fouls. The Cougars have gone at her a couple times, and she pretty much could not try to block or alter the shot for fear of the 5th foul. And so they've gotten a couple steals. Hetty with a running one-hander, and she'll knock it down. That's why she is so important. I believe that is now 12 points for her in a limited amount of play tonight here. The Cougars with a 2-point lead. Inside to Sundquist. Too many people packed together there. They need to spread out a little bit, I would think. Sago tried to get one over to slashing Blackman. And Blackman will pick up the foul as Kennedy sneaks in and steals it. Tamara picks up foul number 4. 4:47 to go in the ball game. 2-point lead for Highland. And Kennedy will bring the ball up and over to Grant on the right side. All the way over to Kennedy. Now Coloma, no good. Rebound for the Cougars, can't come up with it. Hetty had it, they're gonna call it jump ball, and that will stay with the Statesmen. Renaya Shirley will check back in for Highland. Blackman will have a seat. 4:29 to go in the ball game. Highland leads by 2. And Kennedy will take the ball out for the Statesmen. Hetty, I don't think will shoot some threes, but good ball movement by the Statesmen. Grant has an open shot, lets it go, no good. Sago will pull down a board. The Cougars need defensive rebounds now. She'll lay it up and in. Sago goes the distance for the bucket, and a 4-point lead again for the Cougars with 4:10 left to go in the ball game. Kennedy over to Grant on the right side. Again, a 3-point percentage advantage for the Statesmen. They've only hit one all game, so not a good move, or not at least cashing in on that. A jump ball by Kylie Thomas. And the Cougars will get the ball back, leading by 4, just under 4 minutes left in the ball game. Again, the Statesmen, better percentage from three-point land as a team, but they've only hit one tonight, so the Cougars have caught them on an off night. And Sago goes down. I don't know if her knee buckled or not, but she's obviously in pain, and that's an issue with the knee brace on why she hasn't played much. Unfortunately for the Cougars, she is down, and Blackman will check in for her. I can only assume that it's the knee. 3:51 left to go in the ball game. Highland leads by 4. Sago has 4 points on the night with 2 rebounds and a big one the last time, holding the Statesmen only to 1 shot. Again, the Cougars, probably their biggest Achilles heel out of anything from the tail of the tape is that they surrender a lot of offensive rebounds to the other team. Sago now up, and it does appear to be the knee. I'm not sure what happened, whether it was a game or in practice where she aggravated that. She did not start tonight, and she's going to try to walk off under her own power, which is a good sight. Just hopefully she'll be all right. And we'll see. Again, the next women's broadcast will be next Wednesday against Wilbur Wright here. That game that was originally scheduled for Saturday, it has been postponed, and now to next Wednesday. Cougars will take the ball out, leading by 4, just under 4 minutes left. Thomas will go back to taking over the point guard duties, over to Shirley. Kick it back out to Thomas. Almost lost it, looking, now Shirley. Over to Gonnerman. Cougars can take some time off the clock. Shot clock's under 10. Nice inside pass. Sundquist, turnaround jumper, Litz long. Hetty will pull down the board and push it up to Grant. 3:30 left to go. Grant gonna go all the way in. Tough shot, she'll draw the foul, but cannot convert, and she'll go to the free throw line. That foul on Kylie Thomas, her third. I believe it was Kylie, or was it on tomorrow? They're showing 5, okay. First free throw for Grant, up and in. Three-point lead for the Cougars, 3:26 left to go. Grant with one more free throw coming. This one no good. Oh, and an offensive board. So Grant with an opportunity to score again. She can't do it. Blackman will pull down the rebound. Fifth rebound for Tamara. Cougars still lead by 3, just over 3 minutes left in the game. Again, the Cougars lost by 11 points about 10 weeks ago in Chicago. They've held the lead for the longest time here, most recently. 3 minutes to go in the game. Gonnerman back to Shirley. Lets her go for 3. No good. Defensive rebound by the Statesman, and here comes Kennedy. She's got the lane if she wants it. She goes all the way up. And I guess she knocked it down. It's hard to see any net on that one. But the lead now down to 1 with 2:36 left to go in the ball game. Thomas over to Shirley. Inside, and they're going to call, I believe, Riggs for a foul. If so, that's her third. It is. .227 to go in the ball game. The Cougars have held a lead here for a few minutes. It's the longest they've had it all game. Kennedy King mostly in control. Blackman over to Shirley, now up top. Gonnerman back to Thomas. Left open for 3. It's short, though. And Thomas will get the offensive board. Layup. Oh, she couldn't do it. She gets another one, and she's killed. Is that going to be on? Who's it on? Hetty was down there. It will not be on Hetty. It will be on Cloma, which I believe is her first. But Kylie Thomas back to the free throw line again. I don't know how many free throws she's shot this season, but it says 94%. She's hit 4 of 5 tonight. 21 points on the evening. First free throw up and in. Her 7th free throw of the night, and she'll let it up and in. 23 points now. Deep pass down low to Odom. Oh, nice. Coloma almost had it, but a nice steal by the Cougars. The Cougars are bouncing it all off of each other here. And with 2 minutes left to go in the ballgame, they lead by 3 with the ball. Everybody on the floor. Shirley has it tipped all the way around here. What are we going to do? Shirley going to try and drive baseline. Gonnerman with the pull-up jumper. She cannot convert. 1:48 to go in the ballgame. 3-point lead for the Cougars. A block by Shirley, but Hetty had it. No good. And a rebound by Blackman. Big rebound for the Cougars, but they lost it. And the ball going all over the place, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Kennedy King, so the Cougars dodge a huge bullet there. They lead by 3. I'm wondering if and or when Kennedy King will go to full court pressure. It's a 3-point lead with 1:30 to go in the ball game. They haven't called for it yet, but the Cougars can take some time off the clock and get what they think is a good shot. Blackman on the left side, in down low. Sundquist left open is Thomas for 3. Got it! Big time 3-pointer, Kylie Thomas. Timeout taken by Highland. They lead now by their biggest of the night. It's 6 points. With 1:17 left to go, your Cougars lead 68-62. Come back with us here on HMC. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back. I said if it came down to free throws, this could be interesting. The Cougars are 12 of 17 on the evening. That's 70% from the free throw line. More important, 26 points by Kylie Thomas and a 6-point lead for the Cougars with just over a minute to go in the ballgame. Grant on the right side. Kennedy now back over to Grant, trying to look inside. Hetty been in foul trouble for a lot to game, so she hasn't played a lot. That shot no good, but Hetty will pull down the offensive board. Under a minute to go. Grant, that's way off to the right. Who's going to get it? All over the place. Hetty comes up with it. Another and they're going to call a timeout. Kennedy King, 48 seconds left to go in the ball game. The Cougars still lead by 6, 68-62. Want to watch the end of the ball game? The only place you can is right here on HMC. Don't go away, anyone. Welcome back. Actually, both teams struggling from in that third period. Both of them scoring. I think the Cougars scored 12 points. Kennedy King only 11 points. The Cougars with 20 points here in the fourth period alone. 48 seconds left to go. They lead by 6. Kennedy King with the ball. And that'll be White underneath their own basket. And she's going to try and get it to Hetty up top. She does now, Kennedy. Grant on the left side. Looks like she's going to try and draw some contact, get a shot off. She does. Wow, Hetty with the offensive rebound, putback, and the score. Hetty will also pick up the foul on, I believe, Blackman. If that is the case, and I believe it is, that is her 5th. Tamara Blackman fouls out 8 points for the Cougars, 6 rebounds. And Hetty will go to the free throw line. Again, a 4-point lead, a chance to cut into that lead. Kemple will check in for. We'll see. And one free throw coming for Hetty. 4-point lead at the moment. It's a 2-possession game. This is huge. This one's way off. And a rebound by Sundquist. 5th rebound for Audrey, so the Cougars kept it at a 2-score game, and they got it to Thomas, which is wise because she's their best free throw shooter. Thomas picks up the foul, and I believe it is going to be on Grant. If that is the case, that is her 3rd. Really, the only one in fear of fouling out is Hetty, who's had 4 for a long time. Hetty's had 4 since about 3 minutes left to go in the third period. She's done a great job staying on the court. 26 points for Kylie Thomas. Again, best free throw shooter stat-wise, according to the stats. Hits the first one. This will be free throw number 9 now for Kylie on the evening. More important, a 5-point lead. This could push it to a 2-possession 3 threes. She got it. So 2 3-pointers are needed now. 8 of 9 from the free throw line for Kylie Thomas. 70-64. Kennedy King, again, shoots as a team 31% beyond the arc, but they've only hit 1 all game. So the Cougars caught them on an off night. They're going to need something here. As we're down under 30, inside ball tapped around. Hetty will get the rebound off of that bounce and knock it in, and they're going to call a timeout. 23 seconds left to go. Still, now it's a 4-point lead for the Cougars. 30-second timeout here. We're going to stay right here. 28 points for Kylie Thomas. 70-66 Highland. Obviously, here comes the full court pressure. Obviously, if you're a Cougar, you want to get it to Kylie Thomas. She shoots 94%. 8 of 9 on the evening from free throw land. Only 23 seconds left to go. So find a way. Pick and roll, run, push, shove, whatever you got to do. The Cougars need to know who they need to get the ball to, and at the moment, it's Kylie Thomas. Again, she shoots, according to the stats here. Again, I don't know how many she shot on the year. It says 94%, and she's been on fire so far. Again, 8 of 9 tonight. I would assume it's going to be man-to-man, and so you're going to want to do some sort of a pick and roll if you can. Or, Kylie's wide open right now. If she can just flash to the ball, there's a good chance they will foul her. At least that's what I think they'd want to do. They're trying to get Kylie open, and they get it to her. So now she can dribble. And the Red Sea's just opening up, and she can take it inside, gets it to Sundquist, and the Sundquist, they'll pick up the foul. Who is it going to be on? It's going to be on Riggs, which will be her 4th. Fouls are really not a factor anymore. But the good thing for Kennedy King, aside from 2 free throws coming from Sundquist, they don't have Thomas shooting them. Sundquist shoots 57%. According to the stats, we only need about 1, and then we got it. Sundquist knocks down the first free throw. She's got 1 more coming. Extends the lead back again to 5. If she can hit this one, it takes 2 threes in 16 seconds, and that's just a tie. Audrey will set, shoot, and can't come up with it. Kennedy King, and they're going to call a foul on Sundquist, trying to get her own rebound. 14 seconds left to go, 5-point lead. Audrey will pick up foul number 4. Now, once again, the Cougars got to understand, make or miss here. First gets the rebound, because, again, they serve up way too many offensive boards to the other team, so they need 2 free throws coming here for Cloma. First one, no good. So now we need the rebound. If it's made, again, they got to have their press break set up and try to get it to Thomas. 14 seconds left. The free throw, no good. Tipped around, and Kemple comes up with it. Huge rebound for the Cougars. Now get it to Thomas. They do, unfortunately. Went bounced off her head, should go out of bounds, and it will be. But the good news is there's 5 seconds left. So if Kennedy King has a 3-point sharpshooter, now is the time. 71-66. Cougars looking for their 11th win of the season. Way up top, does Hetty shoot? No. Obviously the newly 15 checked in is no good, and the Cougars are going to pull it out. A big victory for your Highland Cougars. They win 71-66 over Kennedy King. We'll be back here in a minute with some post-game stats. And then, of course, we'll be on to the next stream. So stick with us, everyone.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Ow! Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey! Another one bites the dust. Walks barely down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of speed. Machine guns ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat. Yeah. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Welcome back, everyone. Your Highland ladies with a big Region 4 victory, 71-66 over Kennedy King. Scoring goes as follows. Renaya Shirley, 15 points, 3 boards. Audrey Sundquist, 5 points, 5 boards. Morgan Blair, 3 points. Tamara Blackman, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Sarah Kemple, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Ava Bremer with 2 points. Tamaya Sago, 4 points, 2 boards. Brianna Gonnerman with 5 rebounds. But my Cougar of the game, 28 points for Kylie Thomas, 4 rebounds for her. And your Cougars move to 11-15 on the season with a nice win here over Kennedy King. Over on the other stream here in a few minutes, the men will get going here approximately in 15 to 20 minutes. So don't be afraid to come back and watch that one. For the King of the Britons, King Arthur Schmidt, this is the Marvelous One, Mark Masters saying goodnight, everyone.